Hey tubes, well, it's been a while since I put a video up, but I figured this one might interest some of you guys. I've been using my xtools D1 Pro with the 20-watt laser for a good solid year and a half, maybe two. Actually, I guess 2 years now. Time flies. Well, anyways, I wanted to show you a couple of modifications that I've made to it to make things a little bit easier for me. The first thing, I always print from the center of an object. So I've gone through and figured out where the center is. I've made a mark. And then I've also made a mark here so I know approximately where the laser needs to go. The other thing that I've done is, excuse my arm, the honeycomb board that that I bought with my xtools. It had these little flimsy feet in the corners, and they were just made out of plastic. So what I did was I actually took and made them out of metal. I just took some bolts. Try to lift this up for you. Just took a bolt and then ran it through. The other thing I did is I have this little spoil board here where I drilled some holes in the corners. I've got my extension legs on, and then underneath I've actually just got a 2x4 laying on its side that's connected together so that if I want to adjust the height, I can either take the 2x4s out from underneath here, and then I can drop it down and run something thicker, or I can actually lift the whole thing up and take the spoil board right out. The other thing I did was this honeycomb had no way to lock in. So what I've done is, let me see if I can get this to do this. Hard to do it one-handed. What I've done is I've just taken some metal brackets. And put those down along with one board glued in the front. That's my reference. Let me just set this back up. Alright, so I got this all put back together more or less. Now, the way I've got this set up is that spoil board has actually got some notches cut out of the corner of it. So it pretty much centers up this entire thing each and every time. So I really don't have to do much thinking. I've marked on my honeycomb where the center is, both spots. You'll also notice I've got some bolts here that fit nice and neatly into the spoil boards. These here are 3/8 bolts. I should have a little bit shorter ones. I haven't gone to the store to get some shorter ones yet. But the really cool thing that I think really makes this, and I'm in the experimental stages of this, but I've got compressed air assist that automatically turns on and automatically turns off. I've got just a regular 1/4-inch air line coming in from the side. It comes down and then comes over to a manifold block. Now this manifold block, I'll try to zoom in on it. It's 24 volt, and it says that it takes 2 watts. I tested it. It's only 0.74 milliamps. Actually, I guess that would be different than watts, but oh, this is what I wanted to show you. Right here, it says that uses 3 volts or 2.4 amp. So I'm actually really tiny on this, 0.74 milliamp. A regular relay is like 3 milliamps, so, or 3 amps almost to turn it on. So I've actually wired this up into the main board. There's a 24 volt pin and then there is a laser pin. So I've got those just soldered onto those, and then it comes down with these two wires, connects into this manifold. This is an automatic on, automatic off, pneumatic switch. And then I've got a little pressure regulator here. It regulates down to, I've got it regulating at 5 psi. And then I've just got my regular shop air coming in. I haven't really done anything too fancy with this yet, but it's got a shut-off valve for when I'm all done. Let me go ahead. Oh, and then the other thing I do have is just a regular exhaust pipe that goes up, and then it has a 3D printed flange up there. That 3D printed flange will actually have a piece of like rot freeboard that it screws onto at some point. I just haven't done it yet. But let me get a piece of material in here and I'll show you how I do the printing. So I've got my material in here, just that simple. It takes me only just a couple seconds. I don't have to do any thoughts. I know that that's my center point. I know that I've got it more or less centered right here. So that is exactly where I want it to be. Now, all I need to do is when I push the start button here, you'll actually hear the regulator go. And the thing that I thought originally would happen is every time that the laser would shut off, that this relay would trip. But the actual air stays on for the entire time, as you can see, which is really nice. Now, I'm not going to show you the entire cut, just because this is a sign I'm making for spray painting. But let me close this up a little bit, try to get some of that smoke out. So this works really good. So if you guys like this type of stuff, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And there's my air pressure that I'm running. Like I said, I think it's about 4 or 5 psi, somewhere around there. I've actually got another gauge here that I'm going to be retrofitting into it that actually reads only up to 30 psi, so I can kind of fine tune it a little bit more. But that was just experimental. If you're going to ask me where I got this from, this is just something I had laying around. It's actually from my wife's powder coating company. They upgraded powder coat machines, and they gave me the old control box with all the parts inside of it, and asked me if I wanted it. So I said sure, I'll take it, because you know, little gauges like this to regulate the air pressure down that are 1/4 inch, that's something, you know, that I can definitely use all the time. And then it actually had a couple more of these blocks in it, so it makes it really nice. If you did need to get something like this, probably eBay is going to be maybe your best bet. You know, again, there's the part number, 7144-9DBG. The nice thing is, this is 24 volts, and the xtools has actually got a 24 volts right on the board. So I'm not going to be running this permanently through the breadboard or through the circuit board. I'm actually going to put a relay on it. But for testing purposes right now, it's not being harmed at all. Everything's staying well within temperatures, and performance-wise, it seems to be doing just great. So, hope you guys like it. Till next time, see ya.